Hi, it's John and welcome to the channel. It is 3:30 a.m. What day is it? It's Wednesday, March the 19th. I've got the big blue mug of coffee and I made it to 14,000 subscribers yesterday. Thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, please click on it. It really helps out the channel. Now today, a couple of things. One, we have a new motto for the Conservative Party and Pierre Poilievre. And two, we now know why Donald Trump has been meddling in Canadian politics. It all became clear last night when he chatted with Laura Ingraham on Fox News.
Just so you understand, we subsidize Canada, and I like Canada. I love Canada. I love Wayne
now
Gretzky.
the Liberal guys.
I love his wife.
The Liberal Party is going to win now in the next election, most likely. And they were down and out. Isn't that going to make them more hostile to us and possibly
I'd rather deal with a Liberal than a
for China, closer to Canada, and that would really put us in a bind.
The Conservative that's running is stupidly no friend of mine. I don't know him, but he said negative things. So when he says negative things, I couldn't care less. I think it's easier to deal actually with a Liberal. And maybe they're going to win, but I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me at all. If they were a state, think of this. He would be our biggest, most beautiful. It would be great.
He criticizes Pierre Poilievre and says he would rather work with the Liberals than the Conservatives. As far as Poilievre goes, we'll get to their new slogan in just a moment. But some people are saying that this is an endorsement of Pierre Poilievre. Other people are saying it isn't. It's an endorsement of the Liberal Party. That's the world we live in with Donald Trump right now. Some people are saying this may drive more votes over to Pierre Poilievre, and that is possible because people aren't voting Liberal because they dislike Poilievre. They're voting Liberal because they dislike Trump, and they think that the Liberals hate Trump more than Poilievre does. This is the topsy-turvy world we live in. You know, I've seen online over the last couple of months, people say that if Donald Trump and what he's done puts the Liberal Party back in power, they'll never, ever trust him again. But let's look at this from the standpoint he'd rather work with the Liberals. Maybe that's what he wants to do all along. Maybe this has been his plan all along. He talks about the 51st state. Let's go back to what happened in November. He gets elected. I think it's late November. He mentions he wants to put a 25% tariff on Canada. The antenna go up on Trudeau. People here in Canada. Trudeau goes to Mar-a-Lago. I watched Marco Rubio say that basically this 51st state thing was just a quick joke. Well, Justin, if you're having so much trouble right now, why don't you just become the 51st state? This becomes Donald Trump's shtick. People in Canada, weak-kneed Canadians don't like it. They start gravitating towards the Liberal Party. But maybe this has been the plan all along. Donald Trump sees the Liberal Party as the best way to achieve the 51st state or get pieces of Canada. I mean, the Liberals have done a lot of things. They have made our country very weak. And it's made us weak because we have not used our natural resources and got them out to other parts of the world. It's been mentioned here many times before. 70 to 80% of our dealings with the United States, we're in this situation because the Liberals have been short-sighted, just like the voters who want to vote for them. They've divided our country, not only on social issues, but certainly geographically. I live in Alberta. Alberta is really pissed off with what's happened over the last 10 years. Donald Trump would love to get his hands on Alberta with all this oil here. He wants to get part of the automotive industry in Ontario. And this division is going to get worse if the Liberals get elected again. And he sees that as an opportunity. And it's made us poorer as well. I mean, if you look at this graph you see on the screen right here, look at this. Per capita economic growth laggard for 10 years. Canada, we're at 0.5%. Germany, which is the basket case of Europe right now, has 10 times the GDP growth over the last 10 years. And look at the United States. I mean, your wages have not gone up, prices have. You are much poorer because of the Liberal Party of Canada. And this is Donald Trump's opportunity. And if Mark Carney gets in and puts into place, he's a big government, globalist elitist. If he puts into place everything he wants to do when it comes to his net zero stuff, trust me, this country is more likely to break apart. I've been saying this over the last couple of days. What's Poilievre's plan? Sell our oil all over the world. Carney's plan is completely eliminate our oil and gas, screw the West. We're getting closer to separation and the destruction of Canada right now. While people are going to vote Liberal to save us from the States, we need to be saved from Mark Carney and the Liberal Party. If this industrial carbon tax is in place in Canada, the country will fall apart. Said it yesterday. I've seen other people online over the last 24 hours saying, who's the biggest threat to the country, Donald Trump or Mark Carney? So what is the new slogan for the Conservative Party of Canada? A vote for Mark Carney is a vote for the 51st state. And if you're one of those short-minded people who says you're going to vote Liberal and you want to keep Canada together, you better vote Conservative or we could become the 51st state. Thanks a lot for watching. I do appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Let's work our way towards 15,000. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you in the next one.